I was gonna ask you something else because the documentary. This is gonna be about veterans and also it's gonna have a big connection to food. So if you have, is there any kind of food or any meal, I guess when you're growing up, even in the military, that has like a certain meaning to you, it makes you think about something, and just describe the meal, and, or if you had the meal with certain people, or if there's any memories of that you can think of.
Mm. Hmm.
Or your even favorite food growing up, or food out in Afghanistan.
Well, Afghanistan, they fed us like it wasn't like I don't know how to describe it. As if you're just seeing movies where it'd be like beans and rice and all that, like all that. They fed us like good food, like chefs back there. And the reason why they did that is because you never know when you could just like go. So they want your last meal to be the best. But one of my favorite foods growing up was pancakes, eggs, and sauce. Pretty much breakfast, I would say. So that'd be like pancakes, waffles, or French toast. That was something I was always eating, either in the morning or at night. But also in the military, I didn't expect them to constantly serve us that. So I was pretty much used to breakfast being either pancakes, French toast, or waffles.
What kind of food did you get in the military when you were deployed?
Depending on where we were at. If we were like if we were just like chilling up the fob and got together and we're just hanging out, then Ah, then it'll depend on what time of day it was. Like I said, they didn't want to feed you any slop for your last meal, so it'd always be like well, it wouldn't always be. It'd be something different. But one thing I remember was they had steak and shrimp one time. Steak, shrimp, and mashed potatoes. I was like, wow.
Sounds really good. Especially now because it's lunchtime.
Yeah, I know.
Shit. Okay. This is a little back to the beginning. Can you describe your ethnic background? Do you have um, do you have any memories, good or bad, growing up in society in which you're a minority, or anything that I guess that you still have with you, or any strong memories you have of your ethnic background growing up, or
Mm.
even now, or even being black in Afghanistan, or being deployed, or being in the military is a different. Cause I know
Yeah.
veteran was Mexican. People always gave him shit in the military about that. So how is like your ethnic background? How's that affect you in being in the military?
Well, as an African American male, it was really hard because I was not only just low ranking, but they viewed me as someone different, even though people had the same rank as me, but they would always single me out. And I would have no idea why until I realized that I was the only black person in my platoon. So I was like the only one like getting shit and like getting shit from everybody. And I would always hear, "Oh, Knox, you're on such and you're on everyone's shit list," and it's like, why? I haven't even been here for that long, but I'm on everybody's shit list. So I just pretty much realized it was about race because the more they said it, they would actually say it. It wouldn't be something of, oh, we're doing this and that because you're African American. It'd be pretty much jokingly. They would try to joke about my ethnicity and say, "Oh, I bet you like this and that." Pretty much giving me stereotypical suggestions, and that's one thing I never missed in the military. But being African American in general in society, it's still really hard. It's been hard for years, but it's getting harder because there's just like so much weight like on my shoulders. Like already, it'd be just better if I only had to worry about school and working, but I also have to worry about how I'm viewed as a person when I'm just pretty much minding my own business and I'm walking through my neighborhood and there's always police harassing me asking where are you going? Aren't you supposed to be in school? And I'll be like reply like I'm a grown man, I'm 22. What are you talking about? You need to mind your own business. And they're like, oh, let me see your ID. And they be all like, pretty much show my ID. They still give me a hard time, but they'll pretty much be wrong. They won't say sorry about it, they'll be wrong. But even as a veteran, I would still get a flock from servicemen, firemen, or police officers.
While you're deployed, or when you're
Yeah, when I'm deployed and like I said, when I'm just walking down the street.
you don't have to show anyone your license or police officer ID. You're not doing anything wrong, right?
Oh no.
I mean, I know that if you get, I guess like at a checkpoint or whatever, you don't have to show any ID. They can't stop you.
Oh no.
Just something different. Who well, people in your platoon or your squadron, I don't know if there's a difference between the two. Were what were they like in terms of ethnic background?
Most of them were white guys, are Filipino, and it was like, okay. I don't know. It was a mix of that. It was a mix of some like the white guys and then it'd be uh, Filipinos and a few Latinos, and then there's just me. I'm like the only person, like I said, in my platoon that's black. So
Can you tell me a favorite part of the land that you grew up in? Favorite part of the area you were born and raised?
mm, favorite place I was born. The favorite place I was born and raised, of course, in the city is the city itself, downtown. There's just always something to do. Not even always something to do. It's just endless. It's endless possibilities. You get lost in that city. I'm from there. I can get lost in that city. But my favorite part of San Francisco would either, like I said, be downtown or be Ocean Beach. And the reason why I say Ocean Beach is because I don't go there a lot as I used to, but I try to be there as much as I can so I could just look at the water and pretty much be by myself. Pretty much let the waves take away worries or problems. And I never used to worry about worries or problems when I was younger. The only thing I had to worry about was getting good grades in school. But since I'm growing up, I have all these problems and like all these problems and stress. I usually just have to be by water. A huge body of water, nice sand. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a beach in Hawaii. It could just be, like I said, a beach in San Francisco. But that's my favorite place because it's a good place to get your mind free, to get the stress away. Sorry, that's my stomach.
That's all right. So we're probably gonna it's 12:45. We'll probably cut the interview. It's been going for about an hour so far. Just more than I thought. But that's okay. If there's other things that I need, then I can let you know.
All right, cool.
There's not really like an end question. You want me to ask you, what didn't you tell me? But I feel like I missed it. I was gonna ask you one last question. What's a common misconception people have about people who serve in the military that you want to correct?
A common misconception is for everybody to ask first, did you kill anybody, or how was it? And you really, I don't know, it's just wrong to say or ask that. It's because so many veterans traumatized by the actions and what they did. No one really wants to hear that, or even hear thank you for your service. people really get the idea that every veteran wants to hear that, and most veterans don't because it brings up terrible memories of what happened. So I guess the conception that everybody feels that, oh, we should give praise to our veterans because of what happened back then with Vietnam and how we treated our veterans before. And I guess they're trying to make up with that by telling the veterans now, oh, thank you for your service. And it's like, you can't thank veterans for their service. They're not keeping you alive. They're not pretty much protecting the country. They're keeping themselves alive. They're the ones that's actually out there dying. And that's why I really don't celebrate Veterans Day. I actually don't. Just because of that, just because of that reason. I know most veterans don't celebrate Veterans Day, actually.
That's good. That's a good point. So I never asked someone like, did you kill anyone or did you see someone? So now I asked you some questions like any experiences, but just
Yeah.
Um, I guess you don't really want to be reminded about it, but I mean, it is what you know. It is what he signed up for, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you chose to do that. Is there